Yes, good morning, students. Actually, today I am taking the class in lieu of Ashish sir. Actually, Ashish sir is absent. That's why I have to take your class. And I know that he had started in the previous class a chapter of grammar, that is voice. Voice is actually a part of transformation. One kind of sentence, if you transfer into other without changing, if you write into other form without changing the meaning, then it is known as transformation. 1 minute. In very short time, I want to define the meaning of the transformation. In the grammar, time to time, the genius students used to change the simple sentence into compound sentence into complex sentence. Perhaps you have read the kinds of sentences, and the genius students used to change time to time a complex sentence into compound, a compound sentence into simple sentence without changing the meaning. A sentence of simple sentence, he changes the simple sentence into complex, but there will be no any change in the meaning. This process is known as transformation. I am taking an example here. See here. An affirmative sentence I am taking. Affirmative sentence I am taking here. Yes, all boys are laughing in the classroom. All boys are laughing in the classroom. If I say that change it into negative, then directly I can say that all boys are not laughing in the classroom. It is not a changing affirmative to negative. But if I will ask that transfer this affirmative sentence into negative, then you can't write in this way that all boys are not laughing in the classroom, because the meaning is just opposite. All boys are laughing in the classroom and all boys are not laughing in the classroom. The meaning is just opposite. And if I ask that transfer into negative, then the formation of sentence will be other, but the meaning will be same. There will be the negative sign, no not. There will be the presence of no not in the next sentence, but the meaning will be same. How can I transfer this affirmative sentence into negative? See here. All boys are laughing in the classroom. It is affirmative. Now I am transferring it into negative. No any boy in the classroom who is not laughing. Know any boy in the classroom who is not laughing. It is the negative sentence. See here, there is the presence of no, not, negative sign. But if you will gaze clearly, if you will give the attention clearly on both the sentences, there is no any changing in the meaning. All boys are laughing in the classroom. There is the same meaning. It has also no any boy in the classroom who is not laughing. It means all boys are laughing. The meaning is same. Thus, what I have done, I have transferred, I have not changed. I have transferred an affirmative sentence into negative. Clear? In the same way, there are two kinds of voice. First, active voice, and the second, passive voice. I used to transfer an active voice into passive, or a passive voice into active. The meaning will be same. That's why it is the part of transformation. We can say change active voice into passive voice, but it is actually the part of transformation. The formation of sentences will be changed, but the meaning will be same. Come here and try to understand how can I change, how can I transfer into active and active voice into passive voice. At first, understand how can I classify that which sentence is active and which sentence is passive. I am taking a very simple sentence here as an example. He eats food. What is the structure of this sentence? The first word is subject, the second word is verb, and the third word is object. And you are looking that the performance is, or the action is directly performed by the subject. He eats a mango or he eats the food. It means the action is performed by directly subject. Here performance is acted by subject. Thus, this is called an active voice. Now, in the other hand, when I change the structure of this sentence, and if I write in such a way that food is eaten by him. Now see here, the subject is here, object is here, verb is here in the other form, which is verb 3, and the object is here. You are looking there, you are looking here that the structure of sentence is already changed. the object is in the last, the subject is in the last and the object in the first, and the action is performed by object here. That's why it is known as passive voice. In such a way, I can classify these sentences as an active voice or a passive voice. Now, how can we transfer? How can we change? For this, it is necessary to understand at first the voice related to tense. If you know the tense, then you can understand very easily, and if you don't know the tense, then you can't understand easily. Every year I used to provide you the tense chart, and there is a competition every year on tense chart, and perhaps you know well about the tense chart. I am taking the first row of tense chart. First row of tense chart. What is the first row? If you will see on the board, it will be clear. See here. Yes, it is the first row of tense chart. This block is for present, this block is for past, and this block is for future. Now, what is the form here? Simple. Simple form of tense. Thus, this block belongs to present simple, this block belongs to past simple, and this block belongs to future simple. Take the same sentence as an example for affirmative sentence or for active sentence. I will change an active voice into passive according to the tense chart at first. It is the base. From here, if you know it well, the tense chart, then it will be clear. Then how can I change, or how can I transfer an active voice into passive? See here, he eats he eats food. What will be here in the past simple? He ate food. And what will be here? He will eat food. Yes. Subject, verb 1, object, subject, verb 2, object, subject, shall, will, verb 1 and object. These are the structure of these three sentences, three parts of sentences, that is present simple, past simple and future simple. And you are looking here that in all these sentences, subject, verb and object, all the three elements are present. Subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. In this way, all three elements are present here, and I am looking, I am feeling here that the action is performed directly by the subject. Thus, these sentences are active. Now I have to change it into passive. For the passive, in the present simple, the object will be in the beginning, After that, see here, directly see here. I have to write at first the object, food. Now in present simple, you will have to write is, are, or am. Is, are, am. According to the object, you have to write the verb to be here. What should be here? Is. Food is. Now the verb 1 you will have to change into verb 3. That is, food is eaten. You will have to write the preposition by. Now in the last, subject, him. Food is eaten by him. It becomes the passive voice of the active, he eats food. In the same way, in past simple block, you have to write the object in the beginning, food. Now, the next word, what will be? Verb to be. Verb to be, that is according to the object. Is, are, am, was, where. What should be? Here, ate. Verb to. Then here it should be according to food in the past form. Then food was. Verb 3. Preposition by. And after that, in the last, the subject, him. Food was eaten by him. It is the passive voice of active, he ate food. Now in the same way, in the future simple, you have to write the object at first. Then according to object, what should be the verb to be here? Will be. Now verb 3. After that, the preposition by. And in the last, him. Food will be eaten by him. It is the passive voice of this active voice. He will eat food. The first column is already finished. Students, actually, it is the limit time. In the limit time, I have to provide the videos to you. In the next class, Ashish sir will fulfill this chapter. That's all. One thing more, what I have told in the assignment, only you will have to write how I have taught you. In the same way, you will have to write in the copy, you will have to learn, and you will have to pass to other. Then it will be yours forever. That's all.